This is the Fifth Estate Winning Headlines, your media police post. In this segment, we summarize some of the headlines that you might have missed this morning. We also take a look at the political pieces that we call cartoons in this country. Today is the 1st of December 2021 and I am Miss K.
I am Tuam.
And I am JM. In case you missed the headlines this morning, here they are. In the Daily Nation, this is my legacy. In the Standard, judge me by this. In the Star, Uhuru, I've achieved my legacy. In the People Daily, finally, Uhuru's BBI riddle. Yes. These are all glowing headlines.
Yes.
That are congratulating the president yesterday for giving us insight into his vision and his doctrine for Kenya.
Absolutely.
So, Tua, why don't you kick us off?
Yes, yesterday's State of the Nation address by President Uhuru Kenyatta could be summarized in 4 words. Kenya is going global. Uhuru has been thinking global. In explaining this, allow me to ask a few questions. Why would Uhuru build 11,000 kilometers of road in just 8 years?
Yes.
Why would he match what the colonizers and the first 3 regimes built? Why would President Kenyatta build the only seaport an African country has ever built since the 1800s? Why has Uhuru doubled every piece of infrastructure he found in 2013? The answer is simple. The foundation of any strong economy is infrastructure. The lifeblood of countries is infrastructure. Ports, rail, and roads connect us to all factors of production. Labor, capital, and goods and services are nothing without world-class infrastructure, period. And I want to put it here on record. There is no country in Africa that has invested in infrastructure more than Kenya has. And yes, we have done it with debt. There's nothing wrong with that. Look, during the industrial age, Britain's debt to GDP ratio was 200%. In the 1820s, Britain took up loans like a nonsense. The loan portfolio was the largest in Europe. And it's precisely for this reason Britain shifted from agrarian to industrial in less than 100 years. And they paid back those loans they took in the 1800s just 5 years ago. Now, if it took England over 200 years to repay the loans it took during the industrial age, who is Kenya? But I have another thought. If Uhuru has doubled roads, energy, GDP, ports and rail without RUTO, why should RUTO succeed him? If we have the chief ghost worker, 001, lounging at Government House in Karen, glorifying poverty, why is he being paid by government? In fact, if it is true that Uhuru has achieved more without RUTO in his second term, we want to tell the Public Service Commission to divert RUTO's last 4-year salary to Matiang'i. And if you ever hear RUTO say wheelbarrows over expressways, tell him he's thinking third world.
Banana Republic.
Banana Republic. If you ever hear that Dwale fellow saying Mama Boga over ports and rail, tell him he's thinking third world. If you ever hear all those hustler miscreants say Hatukuli Lami, tell them they are all third world. If you ever see that yellow and green wheelbarrow, know it is a symbol of hardcore poverty and the poster child of everything third world. And backwardness. And you will never,
pettiness,
ever be led by anybody with a third world mindset. In any case, French philosopher Voltaire told us that he'd rather be led by one fine lion than 100 rats.
Indeed, here.
Okay, I'm going to say that the president's record, the one he made known through his report to Parliament, speaks for itself. I was, however, drawn to 2 questions that the president asked in the State of Nation address. The first question was to the leadership of this country, present in Parliament yesterday, and the second question was to the country in general. And both these questions built on each other. So to the leaders present in Parliament, the president asked this question. Is it right for the country to risk losing everything every 5 years because of toxic politics and elections? Is this the trajectory, the logical path that our country should take? Well, today is December 1st, and the President reminded us that this month we will celebrate 30 years of political pluralism after the reintroduction of multi-party politics through the repeal of Section 2A of the old Constitution. And that while multi-party politics has been a superior democratic platform, we must not ignore the very real negative aspects of our politics and electioneering. 1992 election cost us 248 billion in lost economic growth. 2002, 250 billion in lost economic growth. And 2017, we lost close to 1 billion shillings every working hour for the 123 days we held the election. So as the President said yesterday, it is true that all the gains we have made as a country, from doubling our GDP, our infrastructure investments, the revival of dead capital, our improvements in healthcare and education, would amount to very little without political stabilization. Our impressive record of accomplishment will be an immense tower built on sand, and it will wash away. So the second question the President asked was a national question. The question was this: what should we do with the constitutional moment before us? If we don't embrace it, how will it come to punish our nation? And if we embrace it, who are the winners and the losers of that moment? Now, the 2017 election and its aftermath will be one for the history books. And as the President said, our country has been in a constitutional moment since that election. But people have a short memory, and Kenyans are no exception. And maybe it's a good thing, because as Friedrich Nietzsche told us, without forgetting, it is quite impossible to live at all. But we should, however, be warned that situations, if left unresolved, have a way of repeating themselves.
Correct.
So I'll end with the words of the President, that the parliamentary record as well as history should reflect that his administration attempted to resolve that constitutional dilemma that faces our country every 5 years.
That's right. Now, today I would like to discuss 2 lessons in leadership taught to us by President Kenyatta. During this last term, Uhuru has taught us one key lesson in politics: lay low, play dumb, keep moving.
I love it.
In Uhuru, we see a shade of Jomo, a lot of Moi, and a tinge of Kibaki. The lay low, play dumb, keep moving philosophy he learned from Kibaki.
Yes.
But like Moi, Uhuru's style of management has been completely interventionist. Uhuru, without doubt, choreographs every strategic as well as operational move concerning the management of public as well as political affairs.
Right.
How else would you explain double-digit growth across all sectors?
Yeah.
More fundamentally, Uhuru over the last 8 years has shown us the difference between involvement and commitment.
Yes.
This is number 2, the lesson.
Yes.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
Jomo and Moi were intensely committed to their governments. Kibaki, on the other hand, was more involved in his administration than committed. Here's the difference. If you are involved in something, you're not motivated to give it your all. But if you are committed, it becomes a do or die situation. You become a kamikaze. And there's a saying in America that succinctly illustrates this difference. Involvement and commitment is like ham and eggs.
Love it.
The chicken is involved,
Yes.
but the pig is
committed.
Now, the most successful people in life
Yes.
are not people who are merely involved in
Yes.
affairs.
Yes.
They are people who are intensely committed to a process, and that is what we must take away from our president.
Yes.
This patent lack of commitment in our candidates who are telling us they can be our presidents and deputy presidents, that is my problem with the One Kenya Alliance
Yes.
and these potential deputy presidential candidates. When we look across our political landscape today, few candidates, apart from Raila and Ruto, to be fair to him, are demonstrating commitment to their pursuit for the presidency. The entire One Kenya Alliance are just biding time, waiting to hang on to the Raila and Uhuru's coattails.
Yes.
The deputy presidential candidates, the same thing. Martha Karua, Peter Kenneth, Lee Kinyanjui, they're all pussyfooting around this thing called the deputy president. The only person demonstrating commitment at the moment is JB Muturi. And kudos to him for that. He may be sincerely wrong in his direction, but we should not fault him for his commitment. In sum, therefore, there's 2 things: the 2022 presidential and deputy presidential candidates must keep in mind.
Right.
First, you cannot fatten a pig on market day. If you anticipate being on the ballot,
Yes.
the clock is ticking. Every day counts. Declare your interests unreservedly.
Right.
Second, a man at the voting booth is no different from your Kenyan tenderpreneur
Yes.
at the yard, Pale Kiambu Road, debating between buying a Range Rover Vogue and the latest Land Cruiser V8. The brand that has made the highest penetration on his brain
Yeah.
will win his choice.
Yes.
Elections are about constantly permeating the public consciousness. And to do so successfully, you must constantly penetrate, permeate, and saturate the ground as well as the airwaves. Some food for thought there.
Committed like a pig.
Hey. Involved like an egg, committed like a pig.
Yes, absolutely. We've got a 3-part criteria that we use to judge the headlines. We ask ourselves 3 questions. Is the headline topical or speculative, repetitive or groundbreaking, thoughtful or just plain lazy? I think we should award the winning headline to all these papers.
Oh, yes.
Everybody gets a winning headline. The Daily Nation, the Standard, all brilliant. This is my legacy. That was my personal favorite, but I think all of them should get that.
Right.
And onto the political pieces we call cartoons in this country. We've got a 3-part criteria that we use to break them down. Are they humorous or dry, satirical, or pessimistic and effective, or just plain lazy? Let's begin with the Daily Nation.
Daily Nation, we have a caricature of President Uhuru Kenyatta giving the State of the Nation, my administration, live in Parliament, and he is playing a violin and the conductor as well. I don't know why, but I feel this is a lazy cartoon by you, Victor Ndula. I think you've done this before when you're talking about Sonko and he was his own band and violinist. So
Yes.
I would toss it.
Well, yes, but you know what? If you've got it, flaunt it. You know,
So
the
true.
president had the stage. He had a captive audience.
Absolutely.
He
Sing
looked
his
it.
praises, and
sang
it was
his praises.
phenomenal achievement. So
Nobody else is going to sing your
Absolutely.
praises, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah. But anyway.
Let alone his deputy.
Yes, let's move on to the Star.
The Star, you
Shall
have Ozone. There is a caricature of President Uhuru Kenyatta reading the State of the Nation address. And behind him is a background of a puppeteer behind there, puppeteering Raila, Kalonzo, Mudavadi, and all those Oka fellows. And also on the other side of the background is William Ruto with a wheelbarrow. And the caption there is the real state of the nation. I mean, what is he trying to tell us? That President Uhuru is reading the State of the Nation in the background of politics? I mean, yeah, we know this. I mean, he should tell us something that we do
stating
not
the
know.
obvious.
Yeah. So I think we just throw that, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. We toss that one.
Nonsensical one.
That's considered the standard. And this cartoon depicts the proverbial Wajiko in an informal settlement surrounded by her neighbors. Above them are helicopters emblazoned with the 2022 campaign sign there, and they're swirling above them. And Wajiko is saying, oh, and it's not even 2022 yet. Yes, rather pessimistic cartoon, but I think in light of the statement that the president made yesterday, this is in bad taste. It grossly misrepresents
What
actually
happened?
the progress that NMS has made from 99 public boreholes to
2,100.
2,100 boreholes.
Yes,
Can you imagine?
absolutely.
And still we are having this kind of messaging. So I think we should toss that.
Absolutely.
Toss it completely.
That is the Daily Nation.
That is
Standard.
the standard. That is the standard.
Yo, taka kabisa, yo.
Yeah.
The one that took.
Now, shall we tackle the People Daily?
People Daily, you have quite a grim cartoon as well. In fact, it depicts 2 Grim Reapers. One is HIV/AIDS, and it's holding hands with another Grim Reaper who is representing COVID-19. And in the speech bubble, the HIV and AIDS Grim Reaper is saying that they're giving you all the attention. Someone should remind them that I'm still around and dangerous. Well, today is December 1st. It's World AIDS Day. So I think it's a reminder that HIV and AIDS is still among us and it's still dangerous.
I think we should. I mean, it's not a really pleasant cartoon,
No,
but
it's not.
but it's a good message. So I think we just keep it there.
Just keep
For
it.
public health concerns.
I was
Public
so
health
ready to
concerns.
just.
But it wouldn't be our winning one, but we respect it. So,
Did you know by elimination, Daily Nation becomes our winning cartoon?
oh yeah,
Absolutely, by elimination.
absolutely. So let us give it then to the Daily Nation. So we've got a winning cartoon from the Daily Nation. We've got a winning headline from all the 4 dailies of the day. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are also on various platforms. I'm on TikTok. Follow me at Maina wa Kagema.
I'm on Twitter. Follow me at J Kambuni.
I'm on Twitter at K Maina and TikTok at Kanda Bongo.
Yes. So here's a quote from Hernando de Soto, the 16th century Spanish explorer. And he said, "The potential of anything is the most important thing about everything." And I think that sums up Uhuru Kenyatta's philosophy about development. Have a good evening.